Shema everyone, it's JonnyVR here, back with another Doctor Who review. It's Christmas Day, so I'll be reviewing Joy to the World, which just aired right now. So first of all, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays if you're celebrating. I hope you have a wonderful day with your family, friends, and I hope that you have a wonderful new year. As you know, Doctor Who will come back in 2025 for season 2, so I'll be there to review that when it drops. But for now, I'm just going to do a quick review. As always, the first part will be spoiler free. Then I'll go into a bit more detail on the episode. So I'll keep it a bit shorter this time. So what do I think of this? I really enjoyed this episode. I think it was really it felt like a good Christmas special. It was quite feel good for a lot of the part of it. It's very emotional as well. There's all throughout you have the action, like a lot of the promotional materials about the Time Hotel, but actually, in my opinion, it's all about the characters along the way. And he even surprised me at times where it kind of took directions that I wouldn't expecting it was going to take for a good part of the episode. But you had some really good cast members for this episode, particularly Nicola Coughlan, who's playing Joy, and some others as well, who are bound to be just as memorable for a Christmas special. And I think this episode was very much it is very standalone, actually, I think, as well, but it fits nicely. I think as Doctor Who fans, we're used to this Christmas special being that kind of link between series, and this one would be the link between series 1 and series 2, and it absolutely is, and it's but it's very standalone as well. It's quite a neat story with a lot of different sort of layers to it, so I really liked it. Highlights were again Ncuti getting a chance to be the Doctor sort of by himself, like without a permanent companion for the time being. And he's brilliant in the role. He gets a really good script to work with. And also Nicola Coughlan as well, who when she's she's given her heart out, like acting in these scenes, because her story is actually very, very much an emotional, strong point of the episode, and she just delivers a performance that really captivates you and brings you into the story. You feel a lot for her in this episode, for the character and everything that's been to. The Time Hotel I thought was really cool. There's a lot of cool different time periods, to visit in a brief sort of one episode, but it worked out very well. There's a lot of timey-wimey stuff going on in the episode, which is again very cool, good to see. And yeah, I think it was a very nice way to have Doctor Who on Christmas. And again, Steven Moffat did a really good job writing this one. I think it might be one of my favourite, if not favourite, Steven Moffat Christmas specials that he has done. So I really did like that. So I'll go into spoiler territory now. Have a quick talk about a few things. So here's your spoiler warning. There's this idea of this time hotel. So the episode starts off going through the locations: Everest, Orient Express, London 2024, and the Doctor's got this food, ham and cheese toasting pumpkin latte. He's going around to different rooms till he finds the manager, the Silurian manager, in Joy's hotel room, and that's when things sort of start to kick off. So it kind of, the episode tells itself in a sort of back to front way. So it starts off with this in the pre-titles, and then afterwards it shows how the Doctor lands in the Time Hotel and starts to learn about it, and then he goes off noticing that there's this strange person with the suitcase chained to their hand. So then that's when things sort of kick off, and he starts to follow. He meets Trev, who is again one of these characters for this episode, And then basically you see the suitcase move from person to person each time, locking itself onto the hand, assessing like who is the person. The person kind of gets a little bit possessed by the suitcase. It has its own kind of mission. Ultimately comes to the manager, who has access to all the time portals, and then it gets who goes through to the hotel room where Joy is, and then Joy takes the suitcase, and then that's when things get off. Now, this is where things get very much surprising for me, is that after this point, a future Doctor comes in, and he's like, I'm taking Joy now with the suitcase, and leaves the Doctor in the hotel room alone. Now, in this, I was not expecting this, and to take a good sort of 10 minutes of this episode, there's a good sequence in the episode where he comes in with the code to deactivate the suitcase, and then he needs to find out the code. But in order to get the code, he needs to sit there for a while. Like, he needs to wait. He needs to come the long way around to be that Doctor. And so he waits in the hotel room for a year until the next Christmas. In the meanwhile, he's building a friendship with this woman, Anita, who's in the hotel when Joy checks in. And I thought this was like, for the whole like episode, like in charity, I think the scenes with the Doctor and Anita were very very well put together, because she's like, the Doctor's the time when he's alone, and he's a bit angry with himself that he's alone, that he can never really have friends for that long. You know, the fact that there's no chairs in the TARDIS, you know, he gets really upset about that. So while he's forced to stay there for 1 year, he's making a friend there and staying put and getting to know this person. And I thought this was really sort of nice way to have that character of the Doctor go through this period in his life, so that when he comes back 1 year later as the future Doctor with the code, he's actually, you see both times, you see the contrast between where he is now and how he's angry with himself for being alone and pushing people away, like, and then he comes back and you see how he's actually evolved through this experience. And then he comes and meets the past Doctor, who's again going through all that frustration and pain. I thought this was really, really well done. And it's at this point as well that it's about halfway through the episode that we actually only get to see Nicola Coughlan sort of for the most part of the episode. It's about halfway through when Future Doctor then takes Nicola Coughlan, we see from then Future Doctor's perspective, and then sort of work out where's the suitcase trying to go. And the suitcase is this starseed that needs to go as far back as it could be, to have the amount of time to grow into a star that Villengard wants to have as an infinite power source. So they eventually go back 65 million years to the time of the dinosaurs. Dinosaur eats the suitcase, and that's where the suitcase needs to be. But in this moment, the Doctor kind of, you get to see a cruel side of the Doctor that he's that Ncuti hasn't really been able to show yet, where he's trying to break through the connection the suitcase has with Nicola by calling her a lot of things, like telling her kind of things that are not quite true, and like very cruel things. But this is enough to break the connection, and then you see about halfway through, when sort of it's all about the Doctor and Joy, that Nicola Coughlan gives a really impressive performance of this character who is alone at Christmas. And why is she alone at Christmas? Because her mother died on Christmas because of COVID, and they show a lot of this in the episode about how, you know, she couldn't even see her because that was the rules at the time. And it's a very powerful story that a lot of people will have been through in the last 5 years. So definitely, I thought this was a very another emotional strength episode, in an episode that already has shown its emotional strength. So I think this is a very strong episode on this front. And plus, as it goes through then, so after the suitcases gets eaten, they go back, and it's like, okay, now we need to find out where it is in the modern day. And then they find it in room 48 in this little tomb. That then the Doctor uses a rope from Mount Everest to connect to the Orient Express um, to to yank open this door through with a big rope through the Time Hotel, and then the suitcase is there. 65 million years later, Joy then takes the seed by the time he gets back and goes up to where they are, like above where the sort of the tomb is. And it's this point where you realize actually she's not holding it, the starseed is inside her, and the starseed has been sort of taking lots of people who's held the suitcase along the way to be integrated into the system. This is how Trev, who's able to help, which I thought was really nice, because he meets him in the beginning of the episode and he sort of promises him before the suitcase takes him, and that's actually incorporated into like the AI interface, which I thought was really cool. And then Trev helps him, and everyone sort of is part of the star, and they take it far away into the sky where it's not going to destroy Earth. This leads to a nice sequence where you see lots of people who are seeing the star over time, World War II, the Orient Express, Everest, even Ruby. Ruby Sunday makes sort of a surprise cameo experience, cameo appearance as she's looking up at the star, talking to her mum. And then you see this powerful scene of Joy's mum in a hospital, and as she passes away, she also becomes part of the star. So they do end up sort of seeing each other again, being back together. So it's kind of like a little bit bittersweet, but overall, like you're happy that Joy and her mother sort of get together again. And as the last scene of the episode, it is revealed that where that tomb was actually Bethlehem, year 0001, and the star is the star from the Nativity story, which is again like an interesting way to end the episode. So it was very nice. I thought the overall episode was really nice, emotional strength, and manages balance some really good comedy in there as well. With regards to just people's interactions before they actually proceed with the story, things that they say. I thought it was very interesting, like how Anita was saying things like, I wrote this one down. I hate it when the clocks go forward, or something, or don't you just hate it when the clocks go forward? Or don't you love it when the clocks go forward? And it's like, I always have. Like the Doctor says that, like, because he's a time traveler, the clocks go forward. So, this is really interesting. So I think overall, for this episode, it has its story, it has its action, has its danger, has like all of that going through it, has lots of time travel, timey-wimey stuff. But the strength of the episode is, I think, the emotion that it carries, the characters, the individual character stories, and the emotional performances they can put down, like lots of different times. Like you'll feel like your hearts go out for these characters, and they all do a very good performance. And I think is that kind of emotional investment into a script or a story that makes it a very, very good Christmas special. So I really like this. I think for me, it's one of my favorite Steven Moffat Christmas specials. I do hope that he comes back to write more episodes in this era. So what am I going to score this episode? I'm going to score this episode a nice 8 out of 10 for its timey-wimey, emotionally strong story, and bring on season 2. I'm looking forward to it very much. So as always, if you like this video, click like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for all of the videos on Skybot details, and we will get more of these videos as and when season 2 comes out. So leave your comment down below. I'll do my best to respond. I always love reading what you guys thought of the episode, and yeah, stay tuned. There will be more, no doubt. With all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I'll see you soon. Bye.